Hello everybody, I'm Steve and welcome to Green Side Up. We're here on the plot again this morning and got a problem with the lettuce. It's what I thought would happen, it's bolted. So you can see here the state of it, it's all come up. And true to form, I do this every year with lettuce. I'm never really quite ready for it, and I should be ready. I know it's coming, and I even sowed extra varieties in the polytunnel. I've just left them there, I haven't potted them on. But anyway, it's not all bad. I have got the freckles, which are these small green ones over here. These haven't quite bolted, so I'm going to get another week, 10 days, I reckon, of eating out of them. And by then, even these ones down here, I think these are bijou. These are just starting, so I think we should be all right to eat them. I mean, I'll taste them, but these taller ones, they're buggered. They're off for the compost heap. But anyway, I've got more in the polytunnel, which I'm going to repot on now, and we'll go from there. So this next problem is one I've caused myself, and it's this. It's a block of lettuce seedlings grown in this tray, and it was just left abandoned in the small polytunnel where all my other plants were. And whilst I've been focused on getting this polytunnel finished, I just kept thinking to myself, I'll do them tomorrow, and I didn't. So what I'm left with, I broke a block off the end. This is all red Grenoble lettuce, and you can see the state of it. It's all just one big block of seedlings, but I can still get plants out of this, and that's what the bucket was for. So what I'll do is I'll just keep hold of them loosely in my hand, and I'm just going to wash. You see, all that compost comes off because it was sieved compost earlier in the year. It's another reason to sieve your compost. If there was all the twigs and stuff that you sieve out still left in there, this would not be this easy to do. And what I can gently do now is under the water, very gently, just swish them around and tease them apart. And I will get, there we go, I will get lettuce plants coming out with the roots still intact. I can gently swish that around, and there we have it. We have two very bedraggled lettuce plants. Well, they'll pot on and grow. So I shall pot these on, and in about a week, 10 days time, they shall have grown on enough in these plugs to be planted out. Hopefully, that's what I normally do when this sort of thing happens. Just the water makes it easier for the roots to slide apart and separate from each other. I mean, you couldn't do that from that block. You would be ripping the roots left, right and centre. So this is like a little cheat way of doing it if you've got an overgrown seedling that you need to pot on. Just makes life a bit easier. I mean, I shan't need all these. I oversowed as usual. I shan't need all these seedlings anyway. There we go. Now it's just a case of popping them in, planting them up, and letting them grow on. Yeah, I'll move this out of the way. So they'll sulk for 2 or 3 days, won't do anything, and then they'll start growing back. But see, they've all got decent amounts of roots on. They all look a bit bedraggled at the minute, but they'll pick up. And in the meantime, I've got a salad tray at home that I just sowed about, I think it was last week sometime. They'll come on and we can eat from that. And there we go. And I've got about 4 different varieties. That one's red Grenoble. And yeah, that's that little problem solved. So there we go, 4 varieties of lettuce. I've got 12 of each now, which is more than enough for me. And if I get 6 off each of them, that again is more than enough. But I'll get more than that. They're all good little plants, roots are intact. They just want a good drink now, and then left for a week, 10 days. They'll grow on quite quickly in there, especially in here in the polytunnel, and be ready to plant out fairly soon, I hope. Here's hoping anyway. So there we go, that's how you rescue pot-bound seedlings. It's not ideal, it's not the proper way to do it. I mean, we'd all prefer to have seedlings come up, prick them out, put them into pots and grow them on. And that's normally the way I operate. I mean, most of you know that. But occasionally these things do happen. You take your eye off the ball because you focus somewhere else. Or alternatively, somebody can give you a tray of seedlings. They might have grown some foxgloves, for instance, in a seed tray. They've taken out what they want and they said, do you want some foxgloves? And they might have had them in their greenhouse for 2 weeks, and they'll give you them, and you've just got solid, massive root underneath, and you think, how am I going to deal with this? I'm never going to get a plant out. If you dump them in water, and if you can get that compost off the roots, as you've seen there, you can very easily separate these plants. So say they look bedraggled, they look terrible and awful at the minute, but they will pick up and they will grow, and I'll get something off that later in this season. Now, I will also go and sow some more seeds now, so that I've got other plants growing, and try and keep on top of the succession. And that's one of the things, one of the areas where I was better last year than I have been previously, but I suffer badly with that. I don't sow in time, or I sow too late or too early. In this case, these were too early, I think, but it's one of those things. It's one of those things as gardeners we all strive and try to get right. But anyway, I thought I'd do a quick video on that, just to show you that you can rescue seedlings, because I know there will be gardeners out there watching it now who have got trays of congested seedlings, and you can save them and you can work with them. So there you go, there's a little tip for you. But that's it for this one. Look after yourselves, everyone. Stay safe. I'll see you very, very soon. Ta-ra now.